Faith has some secrets, and it's important that you may understand the secrets on how faith works, that it may be active, functional, that it may bring results to you. Faith is something that is born in the human being. Without faith, humanity cannot work. I speak about the natural faith. I don't speak about faith in God yet. Even the atheist needs to have faith, the natural faith. They need to have faith to live life, that their car will not break down along the way for them to make a trip. They need to believe that the airplane pilot is not drunk and he will fly the airplane safely. They need to believe in the doctor to prescribe the right medication. All of us, we need faith. The builder, the architect, to build something. Faith is inherent to the human being. Without faith, you cannot live in this life. So it's important that you may learn some secrets of faith. I will speak about two sources of faith that are available to human beings. One is the one that everybody has, mandatorily, and the other only some have. A source of faith is when we believe by knowing, we believe by seeing, acknowledging, and by having had previous experiences. So we can call this faith natural faith, inherent in the human being. For instance, when you go to the market to do some shopping, and you know that you have money enough in your bank account to buy 1, 2, 3 carts filled with products. You go at peace. You simply grab everything you need, you put in your cart, you go to the cashier, and you go at peace because you know you will be able to pay on your way out without being ashamed. This is a faith based on your account balance. This trust is in there, but when you go to the restaurant or a shop or to top up the car tank, and you know that your bank account's not going that well, you give your bank card afraid. You give the card already waiting for a negative answer, and you're gonna have to give a different card, pay with cash. You go in doubt because you know that your bank account, your account balance is not going well, and that brings you doubt. So this type of faith based on knowledge, on an experience, on information, solid information, it's the natural faith that leans on what we know. So you have knowledge of something and you lean on that knowledge. As for example, you are thirsty and you know through past experiences that when you drink water, the water will quench your thirst. So problem is solved. Based on this certainty that is leaned on past knowledge. This is a type of faith. This type of faith, in reality, is the faith that many atheists and agnostics, they want this type of experience to believe in God. The atheist says, if I have a proof that God exists, then I will believe. The agnostic says, I don't know if whether he exists or not, but if I have a proof, I will. So this is the type of faith that the atheist wants to have. I want to have an evidence that God exists. Then I will believe. Unfortunately, they will never believe because faith, the faith that leans on what they see, on what they touch, on what they know, what they experienced before, it's the weakest kind of faith that there is. Because if I see, feel, hear, touch, if I know, then I don't need much faith. The definition of faith is something you need to put some sort of trust, something that you cannot prove, you cannot be 100% sure, but you believe. This is the other type of faith that we'll speak about. The first type is the one based on knowledge, on past experiences. Now, the other kind of faith is the following. Is the faith that comes by trusting in the person in whom you believe. Confidence in this person's character, confidence in the authority, power, and capacity of this person. This type of faith is different. This type of faith is not based on knowledge. On the contrary, you rely on the other person's knowledge that you assume they have. It's the case that the person goes to the doctor. When you go to the doctor, you need to trust 100% that what he's telling you is true, because he studied for that, he has the experience for that, that the medicine that he's prescribing, he knows all the effects, positive ones, and also the negative side effects. You need to trust. And sometimes it's interesting because everybody have had an experience like this, and at times we go to the doctor passes confidence with us, we go at peace, we go to the pharmacy, we buy the medicine because the doctor passed this confidence along. But the contrary, the opposite also happens. You go to the doctor and the doctor does not pass this confidence to you. You leave that place saying, I won't do any of these, I won't take anything, I'll look for a second opinion, because the doctor did not pass confidence to you. Everybody knows that. Faith that pleases God is the faith that puts 100% of its trust in Him, of our trust in Him. We don't see Him, we don't touch Him, we don't hear His audible voice, we don't feel Him. However, the word that He left for us, the promise that He made for us is enough. We trust so much in His character, in His person, that what He said, it's enough. When you know someone that has words, you are at peace when they promise you something. This is the type of faith and confidence that pleased God. The type of faith that He left for those who trust in Him. Look what the Holy Text says, that in Proverbs 3:5 it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In other words, do not lean on. Another translation says, to not steer up. A steer up is that part of when you mount a horse, you lean your feet. When you ride in a horse, you put your feet on the stirrup. The stirrup is something that you lean on. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not. Now the translations, stir up not on your own understanding. It's talking about the faith that does not lean on their own understanding, what you know, think, personal experiences, but on the character of God. So you go to the doctor says your disease is incurable. You will die, I'm sorry to say that, but your diagnostic is this and that. The doctor is a human authority, and usually you trust in the doctor. However, when you trust more in the Word of God than in the doctor that says, I'm the Lord who heals you, you're not scared with the diagnosis. You respect, maybe you say nothing to him, maybe you tell him, doctor, thank you, but I believe that this will be solved. The doctor does not understand, but you, within you, you say, I trust more in Him. The last words comes from Him. This is the faith of the invisible, that you lean on nothing from this world, but the Word of God. This is the faith that pleases Him. So you need to ask yourself, what type of faith have you been having? Have you been believing in God because you received a blessing? For instance, God healed me, now I believe. God did that, He answered me, So now I believe. Is this the type of faith you have? The faith that only believes in God when you see? Or the faith that keeps on believing even when you have no proof? Examine the type of faith you have. Because when it's written, commit your way to the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass, the Word of God shows us that the result of faith comes from you believing without you seeing, feeling, knowing. On the contrary, all around you is showing that things are getting worse. But within you, you trust in the character of God. It's not that you deserve something. He will bless you not because you deserve. He will bless you because He's faithful to His own word. This should be our trust, our source of faith. Decide on this. Choose to believe this way, because this is the faith that pleases God and the faith that brings results to your life. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.